the main thing is no longer just football. He has NIL, so I got to show up. I got to put on these headphones. I got to dress up. I got to do all these things. When am I going to just be a football player?
A lot of Alabama fans are really, really excited after this past weekend, defeating Georgia 24-21 in Athens, when a lot of people call it an upset. It didn't feel quite like an upset, because I feel like it's kind of feel routine a little bit. Alabama beating Georgia just based on how many times Alabama has defeated the Bulldogs in recent years. Of course, the game had its ups and downs. You can make an argument, like I've said on previous shows, so here on our YouTube channel this week, that Alabama had control of this game from start to finish. But there were some, you could say, ebbs and flows in his matchup. And one of those ebbs and flows you kind of put your mind on is Ryan Williams, the star wide receiver, had a great pass thrown to him. I don't think Ty Simpson could have thrown the ball any better, but it falls through Ryan Williams' hands. And there's other situations where a lot of them fans talking about where they don't see Ryan blocking. And Jamarcus Shepard, Alabama's wide receiver coach, Alabama's the offensive coordinator, Ryan Grubb, is talking about, hey, if you're going to play wide receiver here, you got to block. And if you've seen the creativity that Ryan Grubb used against Georgia, the wide receivers had to block to make some of those plays work. And it's just part of how the offense is going to be aligned. So what are your thoughts? Because I think you can really speak to this. Just what are your thoughts on what we are seeing from Ryan Williams at the moment?
Well, we got a lot to unpack. All you heard last year, 17-year-old phenom. 17-year-old. Oh my God, he's only 17. Man, this is the best thing since the sidewalk. Well, and just like you said, these fans, it's hard to please everybody. Imagine being 18 and being worth upwards of $3 or $4 million. He can't just be a kid anymore. And that's the pressure that we are putting on him. 18 years old. You think he wanted to drop the ball? Like, people just like, oh, he dropped the ball. Oh my God. It happens. If you play ball, bro, I would never forget. I dropped a wide open pass against Mississippi State. Bro, I was already, the ball coming. I'm thinking I had a deep drag route. I remember every drop pass I've had since high school. And there's only a handful of them. But I never forget, man. I'm already thinking about what celebration I'm finna do. Drop that mug wide open. You see everybody wide open. Man, that deflates you. But this is what Alabama has to understand. Ryan Grubbs did a great job with the play calling, highlighted Ty Simpson's athleticism, proved that he was a dual threat quarterback. But you got to understand who you're dealing with when your receiver room. Certain players, you got to get involved early. You got to. A kid like that, Ryan, who just had a deep ball, he dropped. Hey, man, we going right back to him. Throw him a quick screen. Hey, man, put him in a situation. Give him an opportunity to correct his wrong. You know what I'm saying? Put him on punt return. Do something that is going to ignite it. And everybody, well, he don't block. Bro, he 170 pounds. You didn't bring him in the block. You can't say that. He's not a big receiver. I'm 6'3". I played at 215. Julio, 6'3", played at 220. They don't make them like that no more. Mm-hmm. I think the NFL is about to make a resurgence about it. I think it's about to come full circle, but there's a lot that goes into it. How you get a kid back into it is allow him to make a play right after. If he drops the second one, put him in a position to take a handoff or something. If you know this boy is electric, you got to put the ball in his hand. But also, I don't know his work ethic. I'm not at practice. All I can go is off of what I see. I told everybody before the season, I didn't even say it last year. Yo, guys, that boy Bernard, he a dog. He does the small things, the intangibles. But he shows up in practice. I heard he's the hardest working receiver over there. That's what I'm hearing. That secondhand information, I'm not there. So the question is, are you practicing like you're playing?
Yeah, all good things. And one of the things I said to you before we got on, I think kind of like what you said, as far as like how small he is. And I know like kind of like what most fans are gonna say, "Yo, you got to block. If you're a receiver, we need you to block." Just some guys are just not going to block. Even like I remember on our other show, the Bama Elite, our other reporter said like try to compare him to Devontae Smith, and I said this on this show. Smith is a tougher guy than Ryan is. Simply put, it's a little bit more dog in Devontae Smith than Ryan is. Ryan is a finesse, speedy receiver. He probably would never be this dominant blocker, but there's other ways he can block. Maybe you just run a route to get the guy away. There's other ways to block instead of just having to physically block. And if it becomes a huge problem, Alabama can just take them off the field when they're running screen play or whatever adjustment they need to make that happen. So that's another thing to pay attention to.
To piggyback off what you said, well, he's not Devontae. Well, yeah. Devontae had who in front of him? Think about the dogs that he had in front of him. Think about the examples that he had in front of him. So it wasn't by chance Devontae just said, man, he's been thin his whole life. But Devontae has had to be he's scrapping now. He's still scrapping. It has been. Don't say nothing. You barely saw him. He wasn't all on this social media. He wasn't doing ads. I can't say what I want to say. But it's going to be for another time. But you think about how dominant Alabama was prior to coaches getting interviews, you know what I'm saying? Or doing other commercials, other avenues. The main thing is no longer just football. He has to do what? He has NIL. So I got to show up. I got to put on these headphones. I got to dress up. I got to do all these things. When am I going to just be a football player? Yeah, and I'm getting all this attention, and look what he's doing. Yeah. He's able to do what? Lock in and do what I need to do. That's kick ass and take names.